Alright guys, so next up that I'm going to go ahead and dive into is like the whole battery relocation. It just kind of gets general power for up front in the engine bay, because obviously the starter needs power, the alternator needs power, and the fuse box needs power. So without having the battery in here, it's a little more tricky to kind of get that power fed to it. However, no need to worry. The way I have it in my car is up in here. However, we have a different kind of style fuse block, or I guess power distribution block. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it down here against the frame rail, kind of like so. It's nice because there's already a factory pre-threaded hole right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drill and tap another one over where this one kind of lines up, and that'll kind of take care of that. All right, so hey, as you can see, got it kind of bolted up here. Getting back today to the S14. I actually just did a quick little video on the S13. Had a major scare, to be honest. I was freaking out for a quick moment, so go ahead and check that video out. Got some 2-gauge wire here. Everything will be in the description, guys. Go ahead and check out my Amazon store. You'll find everything I used in today's video and all the videos. I'll start accumulating a nice little storefront for you guys. We're gonna go over here. Basically, what I have to do is hook up a wire from our distribution block, which is by our frame rail, down to our starter, and then I have to go basically run a whole length of wire for the whole, the whole length of the car back to the battery, and bring it back up to our main, main power block as well. So let's get to it, man. I guess I should tell you what the hell else I got here. These are just obviously ring terminals. Those are straightforward for the wire. This is a nice little kind of power distribution block. I use this in my car as well. It's just nice to toss on the battery post so that if you do want to just kind of get direct power from somewhere without running power straight back, or just a clean way of having a small distribution block. And this is a 250 amp breaker. Instead of frying whatever it's about to fry, it goes ahead and pops this breaker, and you can go ahead and reset it. And also it's cool, instead of disconnecting and reconnecting your battery when you're working on your car, you can just basically push this button, and it'll disconnect all power, and then flip the switch back on, and you get power again. So it's pretty cool. All right, so you guys see we have our finished product. Basically how you go ahead and use these. A vise would be kind of ideal if you would basically just kind of crimp. Come on, focus. You just kind of smush the two ends together, but just go ahead and get a hammer out and kind of beat the two ends down, and you'll be just good to go. Got everything all finished up. As you guys can see, we have our main distribution block down here, and actually the feed from the actual battery is this cable right there. So at least it's kind of out the way. I was gonna bring it along here along the back side, but first off, I just didn't really want to clutter this area more. And it's funny, like, it's kind of unfortunate. I wish when you got this harness, you could tell like wiring specialties if you have a Kouki or a Zenki. Basically, this is the Zenki wiper motor for this right here. This is the plug they included as well. So kind of have to just tuck that off and put it to the side, which kind of sucks, because otherwise we would literally just have this one wire going to the actual like wiper speed control module, and it would be really clean. Usually in RBs, guys, this area is super cluttered. I'll show you actually. Granted, my intake manifold is different, and I guess I have my catch can hoses, but you can see like just how crazy cluttered this area is. And for me, like, this is my distribution block. I have a little bit different setup. This engine bay is filthy, by the way. This one right here is going to be feeding our starter, and that starter, you guys are probably wondering like, oh, what about the alternator? Don't you worry, because the starter has a tether wire. It comes with the Wiring Specialties harness that basically hooks this terminal, and it brings it, I actually kind of have it already lined up and in its place, and it's just going to tie into the alternator, so those will share power, which is cool. And then we just need a ground, but we already have like a grounding kit down there, and you guys can see those two terminals. Those will hook up to, one will go, we'll actually already have one to the head, and then, we'll kind of figure out where else we need them. But yeah, I mean, coming along really, really awesome. This one is empty right now. There's nothing powering or getting power right there. This one is actually feeding the supply to our fuse box. Now, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but this is like one of those little adapters that you can run like a temperature sensor in, like an aftermarket one. This one's like an ISR unit. Basically what I did, we have to run our factory temperature sensor and the actual gauge, like the actual gauge connector that hooks up to the, it just basically, this little one is what shows the actual gauge reading on your dash. So we need to run them, and obviously with this aftermarket intake manifold, there really isn't any spot for them to just pop in like there is on the OEM one. So basically, I went ahead and drilled and tapped another, I guess, fitting, which unfortunately you can kind of see like they kind of hit each other. So there's a little, that's the only kind of issue, I guess, but I really don't think it's an issue. So this will get spliced into the upper radiator hose, and that way the car knows exactly, like, it'll tell the ECU as far as coolant and stuff like that. So yes, I don't think I told you guys about that. As far as the radiator down at the bottom, we are gonna need like some sort of a reducer piece, because I was not able to slip that the hose onto that end of the radiator. Is super tight. I might be able to, but it's gonna be such a snug fit. We'll see. And as you can see, like the collector, this hose is done. Basically kind of have it routed under here. This is gonna sit up further, so we're also gonna run one of those like fancy V-band vibrant clamps, and hopefully we can get like a little pie cut action to get that to sit down where we need it. But I mean, honestly guys, the work in the engine bay for me is almost complete. Little touches here and there, like oil feed, coolant lines for the turbo, oil drain, little things like that. Lower radiator hose we gotta figure out, gotta mount the oil cooler still. But all in all guys, we're pretty much there. Obviously assemble the whole front end, but engine bay work, man, we're pretty much complete. It's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna just kind of keep chugging away. I'll kind of see if I come across, I'm just gonna go over the whole thing, make sure we're good to go, see what I missed, if I missed anything. So let's keep on rolling. So I did forget about something. We actually are missing the whole power steering setup on the car. One thing we do have to kind of figure out is our pump, because this is like a High-Cast, whatever they're called, where you got like the rear wheel steering. So I got to figure out a way to take out the internals of the rear portion of the pump. So I only have this main fitting for the steering. So I gotta figure some stuff out. I gotta do some research. If you guys know, maybe depending on when this video is up, we'll kind of see, but chime in, feel free to. We gotta figure out a way to get this thing to work with our setup, but we'll get her done. Up here we went ahead and I spliced in, as you guys can see, that little adapter piece I was telling you guys about. Have my 2 sensors wired in already. You guys can see we have everything ran super clean, super neat, just how we want it. I wish I could kind of get rid of all that like bundled upness up in here, but I don't think we'll be able to. Wiring is complete and looking super clean, man. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Even with the fuse box in the engine bay, it's really all not that bad. It would be awesome to tuck this, but that's a huge job. Huge. All right, so where did we leave off with this thing? So alternator is in. I got it all wired up. It is all hooked up, all connected, good to go. Now that is an RB25 alternator with upgraded internals to 150 amp stuff. So that'll be perfect for what we need for this build, obviously, because we got a lot more fuel going, like a lot more fuel power consumption, if that makes sense. Like we have a lot more fuel pumps now, so we need a lot more power. So we just want to make sure we have a good enough charge at all times. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna try and bring you guys down here because under here is pretty much complete. Everything besides the oil drain for the head, which is that line right there, that's going to be going into the sump. So I just need to get like a little reducer AN fitting from 10 AN to 8. So we can go ahead and pop that on because it's all good to go. The fitting, everything is already on there, just needs to be hooked up at the oil pan. So as you can see right there is the alternator. We have the power wire, which is being shared. That is the power wire. It's actually coming along and it's being shared with the starter, so they're just kind of tethered together, which is cool. A ground wire, which is under there. And then we just have our 2-pin connector right there from our harness. And that is our whole alternator setup. I do want to go ahead and clean up those wires up there. But all in all, guys, I really am super stoked on how clean. It's kind of funny because on camera, it might not look that clean, but it's like, trust me, it is so crazy as far as how much cleaner this like under the intake manifold side is compared to mine. Whoop, oh god, yeah. My car's not here anymore. It's actually outside because I'm driving it because of this. I don't know when in relation, you guys probably will. We're diving into that build right now. I just did a little mod to it. Looks way better. A lot to come on this car, guys, so stay tuned, subscribe, stay notified. It's gonna be pretty sweet. But all in all, really happy with this. We're pretty much at the point where we need to get this thing all fabbed up. So my buddy, he was here not too long ago, kind of got an idea as to what we need to do. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this car off to him sometime this week. So I'll try to get some content from his shop. I do apologize if this video of the build is a little bit shorter, but yeah, I mean, if anything, let me know if you guys want to see like every single thing about the build as well, because we do have to do a little things like around the outside, like we have to put like some rear valances on. There's a couple little other mods we have to do not involving the engine, but let me know what you guys want. If you guys want to see all of it, that's cool. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the build. It's pretty thorough. I know it's just me, which kind of sucks, so I do apologize if there are like dull spots or if it's a little bit boring sometimes. But I'm out here grinding. I gotta get it done, guys, and you gotta remember, a lot of channels out there, they have multiple people working on one project. It's just me out here, you know what I mean, at least for now. So be patient. I appreciate all the support out there. You guys are awesome. But we're out here working, man. We're getting stuff done, so let's just keep on rolling. Man, this thing is coming along super sweet. I cannot wait to hear this thing run. It's gonna be epic. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have subscribed. If not, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Turn those notifications on. I'm about to hit the road in the 240, man. We're gonna have some content, some driving content, some rips, excuse me, in the 240 here pretty soon, man. So it's gonna be a really fun year, really good season, summer season. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So tomorrow's gonna be 80. I cannot wait. Hopefully you guys have a good evening. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully it's up soon. Take it easy. Peace.